There seems to be a lot of confusion around metabolic flexibility, what it is, what it isn't, how it's marketed. Let's discuss. Here are a couple review articles I found to be helpful in case you want to check them out. So our metabolism. Our metabolism is designed to utilize pretty much anything we throw at it. It's resilient in times of high energy availability, low energy availability, high energy output, low energy output. In other words, we can maintain a pretty even keel, what we call homeostasis, whether we have access to nearly unlimited food or very little food, whether we're working out very hard or whether we're not working out at all. The problem with our metabolism, at least in our modern age and culture, is that we spend a lot of time in high energy availability and low energy demand. In other words, we sit a lot, and most of us have nearly unlimited access to calories. This constant energy surplus causes problems on a cellular level that can lead downstream to insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes. Insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes can be thought of as metabolic inflexibility because our energy availability and our energy utilization don't match up. They don't align. We have a lot of glucose in our blood, but we can't utilize that glucose because we become desensitized to insulin. To say the least, that is a problem and can be lethal. So in terms of metabolic flexibility, first, a working definition. It's our ability to respond to food or fasting, to different compositions of food, for example, a high carb meal or a high fat meal, and to physical activity, to transition between these various states, and specifically to transition between utilizing carbohydrate as a primary fuel source to utilizing fat as a primary fuel source. But it's not an on-off switch. Like our energy systems, these metabolic pathways are always on, but certain pathways are more relied upon to produce energy, or ATP, so that we can, live. The best way to improve metabolic flexibility is to work out. Think about it. When we're working out, say at a high intensity, we're burning predominantly carbohydrate. When we're working out at a moderate or low intensity, we're burning predominantly fat. And either way, we're burning way more calories than we would at rest, up to 25 times our resting metabolic rate. So exercise is metabolic practice. You can think of fasting as metabolic practice too, and not just long fasting like fasting I've seen recently on the interwebs, 40 days or something like that. Even overnight fasting, so not eating while we sleep, because it forces our metabolism to transition from dealing with nutrient availability to dealing with our storage forms of energy. That's metabolic flexibility, the transition between those two states. So we throw around these terms, right? Fat adaptive, metabolically flexible. They're often marketed and they don't mean what they're marketed to mean, because our metabolism is remarkable. It's a truly elegant system with numerous checks and balances. Here's a good example. If you are working out at high intensity and you're burning predominantly carbohydrate, your metabolism will replenish that carbohydrate in the post-workout window. Let's say you're burning predominantly fat during your workout, your metabolism will replenish that fat in the post-workout window. So our metabolism is filling these gaps. It all kind of evens out in the end. A lot of people think with weight loss, if they want to lose fat, they need to burn predominantly fat. That's not the case. What matters most with weight loss is energy balance. We have to burn more energy than we consume. What matters much less is what type of energy that is. So I think often people are looking for some sort of device or some sort of magic hack to their metabolism, when instead what they need to do is unpack their relationship to food. And that's where excellent coaching offers way more than some of these devices that are making promises they can't keep. So don't be bamboozled by false advertisements. That's what an understanding of basic metabolism can prevent. Stay sharp. There's a lot of BS out there. Appreciate you getting smart, strong, and more handsome with science. I'll talk to you soon.